all the seeking, all suffering, all the questions, all the problems, everything like that in life that can be any kind of limitation, it's all riding upon the identity as that I thought. Because it's that I thought that has all of those problems. That the natural being that you are has none of those problems. It's a stunning, it's a life-altering, absolutely kind of earth-shaking insight, because it's the way that freedom or the liberation, so to speak, of stepping beyond that limitation. It's the way that this is actually possible, because you realize it's all hinging upon a kind of a series of assumptions, and that linchpin, that core one of taking myself to be that separate identity, that's the root of it. And that's, that I thought is the owner of problems, because, the being here is not seeking anything. It doesn't have any problems. It's not separate from anything. It's not questioning anything. It has no limitation. It's absolutely full, absolutely unconditioned. And it's a stunning thing, and I really encourage people to really stop and think about this and notice this, that it's the I thought that is having all the problems, not you. And so that's why if I only have those problems to the extent that I believe or identify as that thought, and without that belief, just that questioning that right there frees me from owning all of these issues. And even things like death and the afterlife and reincarnation and whatever people come up with, even all that stuff is only for the I thought. These issues do not trouble the natural state. I mean, your being isn't sitting around saying, well, what happens to me, in the next life? That's a concept arising in the mind in relation to the I thought. And so you even step out of all those metaphysical issues. If you look straight at the being, like we're, encouraging to do here, and we'll realize, well, that being, there's no change in that, from between now and the next minute. So, who is that one who is concerned about the next minute? That's the image of what I am, or of that sense of I, that image, that conceptual image in the mind. And so the idea really is, well, what's going to happen to that in the next minute? And then when you realize, well, that's just an empty image that's constantly coming and going with no substance anyhow, who cares? It doesn't matter what. It's just popping in and out of consciousness anyway, as it's always done. It's not even a living thing. It doesn't have a birth or a death or a future or a rebirth or whatever it might be. I mean, it doesn't even really apply. I mean, how can a concept have a birth? So the amazing thing that I saw, which was stunning and unexpected really, was that examining this notion of I and then realizing its conceptual nature and seeing very clearly that that's not what I am, all of these problems were completely annihilated. All the spiritual intricacies, all the personal problems, all the past, all the future, everything. And, it's hard to really appreciate that, or I certainly, when it started to be pointed out to me at one stage that this was the possibility here, and if you really think about it, it's really an incredible opportunity, because what it means is that, all personal problems and all spiritual problems and all these things, they are all resolved by simply understanding what you are, and if that separate I concept is in fact your identity.